Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LCK Cup 2025.
So for Nidalee Atlas, there's two things. You know, we talked about how Sponge had a pretty good. Oh, hold up.
Speaking of Sponge, he's going to make his way in, misses an almost point-blank spear, but it does not matter. That is still first blood. And all right, I reckon, like, if he didn't have his
angle, and if they're able to lock down a single target, not only do they get those two grubs, but they probably win the fight. They were unsuccessful, but they still were able to opt out and get out with the two grubs, only expending Leona's flash. So actually, kind of a big win for them.
Yeah, now BNK looking to grab the first dragon as well, so most of the grubs and the first Drake. That feels pretty nice, especially when it is that Hex Tech turn.
Let's see what soul we get here. Pretty curious about it, because these compositions will
What do you reckon it's going to be?
I'm kind of feeling Infernal.
Oh, it's okay. It's the opposite of Infernal, as now Clear is just going to take it easy here on this bottom side. Rich, without his first item completed, land a few of these empowers, things are looking good. There he goes, denies a cannon there as well, as Andal's going to come through. That time, the public execution's going to land, and Clear, does he have enough of a counter-strike? That's the question. He's burning, but it's not going to be enough. I think he ate a cookie there to make sure he stayed alive, and it worked out beautifully. Solar Flare goes entirely wide as Sponge is turning up to protect his mid laner. Kellen is actually going to take a big ride, as now Sponge able to help LazyField grab a kill before going down, as now Yukao coming on over to help with this one. That dive was a mistake, and DRX punish.
Now, that was a huge punish there from DRX, so the wave was cleared out early. This is really Yukao helping to set this up as well. The wave is super thinned out, and you can see he goes in, pushes the Ezreal away, and now he's like, all right, well, they're still fighting down here. They're still opted in. Shot Blast connects, and then he just goes to the skies and takes a second. Big win here, 2 kills to the Jace.
Really clean Jace playing. Diablo's dead. Diablo's dead.
That didn't look like it. We'll have to wait and see.
And Clear is now in a whole host of trouble, because there is a Jace coming in. Rich might die before he gets here. His Grandmaster's Might helping him out, but Yukao's running real quick, and he's just getting thrown around there to the skies. As you said so eloquently before, I mean, he does that again, and that's another dead player on the side of BNK.
They will get the turret here, but DRX have already gotten the first one.
And the setups just aren't quite there as cleanly as what DRX have been doing. Of course, they haven't had a lot of pressure on them, right? So there's not a lot that's stopping Andal from just orchestrating, their vision layouts as he sees fit. And that's something I think BNK need to be looking out for as this year goes.
True, because we haven't really had a standard team fight, because BNK were able to, sneak those grub scenarios into their favor and then kind of opt out of fights. But see what they can do to Yukao here.
Yeah, Seismic Shove is going to connect. Solar Flare this time is going to work out, as Yukao may take one with him, as Kellen's really dead. Decent Magnet Storm is going to help take that one down, as Andal, he'll claim the kill. BNK will be able to make it work, though, by being able to pick up the turret, trading 1 for 1. It's not the end of the world, but they'll give away Shelly. And DRX are going to look to push even further on this top side. As Clear, he is Jax, pretty good at dealing with a dive, but as soon as that counter-strike's down, it's going to be a tough time. And LazyField, man, he's really starting to do some damage with those 2 items he's already put together.
Yeah, now Vikla is going to get some damage done to this turret here, but you trade 1 for 1 on the bottom side, push the Jax out, get a turret.
But they're now kind of fish in a barrel, right? They've got Shock Blast, they've got Spears, they've got Void Seekers. The poke from DRX is so dangerous. If they don't engage, they will just lose. As now Sponge is going to drive a Rift Herald for some reason, crashes it straight into a wall, so that was obviously a bit of a mistake. It's fine. Thought it was kind of fun, sort of the idea, but now Shelly is just going to march past them. And old Diablo is going to get tagged there, as Kellen taking so much damage. Yukao will just kill him. Sponge over the wall there as well. No safe place for this Leona to go, and Raptor took most of his health bar, incidentally, from what I kind of saw.
BNK were able to kind of opt out of 2 risky fights on both grubs here in this first game, but they weren't willing to do the same about this Otacon, but they were so low on health. Sure, they stopped the Otacon, and they were able to get it in a reset, but they took so much damage in doing so, they were never going to the follow-up fight, and then Kellen going in there at the end of that one was a little bit puzzling. I suppose he just wanted to make sure Vikla could get out, I guess, but ultimately will just kind of sacrifice himself. It's so difficult for BNK.
Yeah,
and this game's all but over. I mean, now at this point, because now you've got Otacon buff, you can push out this inner turret super easily. You're already winning sides before. Going to win it even harder now. Baron spawns in 45 seconds. They're going to have so much vision for that. Rich may be in danger.
Rich may die, as public execution is going to be put on cooldown. for fun, as UCal's going to be able to take an inner turret for it. Remember, that is just the Otacon buff removed. So Rich, not too worried about it. Completes
Atlas,
his second item. Yes.
I almost have tears of joy to watch DRX go. We have Otacon. Why don't we just 1-3-1, set up a side lane?
Yeah.
And then, oh, if somebody gets collapsed on, guess what? They reset and we get value in all 3 lanes. Finally, we're doing it. It's happening. We're not just diving mid. We don't have to just throw the wings away.
Were we expecting to learn it in this series, though? Well,
no,
I was not.
DRX is just so smart today.
This is actually just a really beautifully played, like, poke and side lane composition, you know? The smoke and mirrors is... That's just engaged from Ondil. Kellen is going to be able to Zenith Blade, but it's a double kill for Lazy Feel. And I feel like he's putting in the work. He's named incorrectly in this particular game because this guy is doing heavy lifting in these fights. And they know when to poke, when to like hold them at arm's length, and when to just go in.
Yeah.
And it's Andal making all of these decisions.
Ondil, man, to me, you know, he's only half KP. Well, we may have to hold our thoughts on this for a moment because we are going to have a contest here by BNK.
Yeah, True Shot Barrage comes in as Andal. That was an interesting maneuver, but I liked it. I think it was just a Hex Flash, having a bit of fun there. As very low health bars here on DRX. There's the steal from Raptor. Oh no, he still has a smite button. That Cyclone also getting so much value. Remember, Otacon, I think, is still here. No, it's just worn off. As Clear is not going to be able to survive, but Diablo playing that one out very well. UCal there with an auto attack though, so he's going to be able to take him down. Baron on the Rift though for BNK, and maybe this is where the House of Poke composition than anything else work very, very well.
Well, they played the early game and they were able to get so many picks so well in the backfire of the play topside into UCal, for example. This gave them such a gold lead that the poke composition is hitting harder than it's supposed to right now, and it just makes it so difficult for BNK.
Yeah,
and this game's all but over. I mean, now at this point, because now you've got Otacon buff, you can push out this inner turret super easily. You're already winning sides before, and win it even harder now. Baron spawns in 45 seconds. They're going to have so much vision for that. Rich may be in danger.
Rich may die, as Public Execution is going to be put on cooldown for fun, as UCal's going to be able to take an inner turret for it. Remember, that is just the Otacon buff removed. So Rich, not too worried about it. Completes
Atlas,
his second item. Yes.
I almost have tears of joy to watch DRX go. We have Otacon. Why don't we just 1-3-1, set up a side lane?
Yeah.
And then, oh, if somebody gets collapsed on, guess what? They reset and we get value in all 3 lanes. Finally, we're doing it. It's happening. We're not just diving mid. We don't have to just throw the wings away.
Were we expecting to learn it in this series, though? Well,
no,
I was not.
DRX is just so smart today.
This is actually just a really beautifully played, like, poke and side lane composition, you know? The smoke and mirrors is... That's just engaged from Ondil. Kellen is going to be able to Zenith Blade, but it's a double kill for Lazy Feel. And I feel like he's putting in the work. He's named incorrectly in this particular game because this guy is doing heavy lifting in these fights. And they know when to poke, when to like hold them at arm's length, and when to just go in.
Yeah.
And it's Andal making all of these decisions.
Ondil, man, to me, you know, he's only half KP. Well, we may have to hold our thoughts on this for a moment because we are going to have a contest here by BNK.
Yeah, True Shot Barrage comes in as Andal. That was an interesting maneuver, but I liked it. I think it was just a Hex Flash, having a bit of fun there. As very low health bars here on DRX. There's the steal from Raptor. Oh no, he still has a smite button. That Cyclone also getting so much value. Remember, Otacon, I think, is still here. No, it's just worn off. As Clear not going to be able to survive, but Diablo playing that one out very well. UCal there with an auto attack though, so he's going to be able to take him down. Baron only being able to walk their way out onto the map. They haven't lost any turrets or anything like that. They didn't get much out of this Baron at all. And there is the Dragon. Lazy Feel going to start this one up immediately.
I love this.
Solar Flare just gets a slow onto Sponge as the Weaver's Wall comes in. Kellen not really finding very many buttons as Andal keeps Vikla out of there. That is going to confirm the Ocean Soul as True Shot Barrage not getting a lot of value. And the Void Seek also not going to connect now. Rich going for a bit of an engage as Raptor cycloning just to try and save his skin. Kellen desperately engaging, but he's going to go down. These health bars are so low. They get away from Clear so comfortably. Does Lazy Feel, and Vikla is now running away. The Shock Blast tags the cheeky monkey trying to escape. And it is only Vikla left. I think DRX are going to say goodnight to this game right here.
I think so. And what a beautiful game for DRX it was.
Dear. Okay, teleport does come through because, of course, there is no CC on the Nidalee, so you don't need to be too worried. However, all this is going to provide Vikla is the ability to watch his Nexus turrets explode. And, oh, that's a nice little immune there, but it is not going to really do too much. Both Nexus turrets in the Nexus, and DRX I just want to say, gorgeous execution of this composition.
That Xerath outranges Azir in the lane, and he's great in the lane. He is one of the least mobile champions that you could play in the mid lane. I always steal that phrase from you because it's one of the best caster terms I've ever heard.
I mean, it is very effective. Oh, that was not the teleport that you're looking out for. Interesting that he's taken teleport. Glad that we made a note of that, as Andal is probably dead. Yeah, he is. And so that doesn't quite work out. Diablo comes back with the items that he's looking for, and LazyFeel, standing in the brush here, is going to be okay. Gets the flash out, trades it for his. That would have meant that that's a kill, or at least a cleanse. As Raptor moves in, sweeps out this ward. Actually, puts down a control ward. I don't know about that one, as Raptor does have to flash. There are a lot of DRX bad guys set up here. Now the rest of his team moves over. Can this 3v3 work out? It's Kellen! Oh no, he's gonna get knocked back by the Vault Breaker, and now it's a 2v3. Sponge gonna have to flash to get out of the way, but the double knockup is there from Andal. And Diablo just grabs 2 kills. The minions get mad at him, but not mad enough. And Andal, I don't even know whether you win
leading into this. As we'll watch him on the teleport 1v2 now. He's in the shop, shows up. Turret shot goes through.
Lock on footer.
Oh, really nicely done. Waits for it.
Yep. And then here, he doesn't have the reset on the auto, hits the cannon to try to do so, has to flash.
Had W.
It's
only gonna get worse.
I mean, there's no money for LazyFeel. He's just incredibly behind, even with 2 kills.
Yeah, Chains of Corruption comes down, and I don't know what Sponge is going to be able to do here as Andal gets on in, but Diablo, he's still at half health, and LazyFeel, he ain't doing anything about this. And yes, Andal gets out, but that is 2 very quick kills for BNK.
I mean, BNK are so ahead that they can make plays like this, but this is one of the issues I have in this composition with the Xerath, is that when the Azir comes in...
It's not his fault by any means. Things certainly went wrong elsewhere to make this game in the position that it is.
Vikla is going to make such quick work of this turret. By the way, 6 grubs for BNK, and he doesn't even have his Nashor's Tooth yet, but he just does so much. He will now have it, by the way.
Yeah, and they also, they just completed Feats of Strength by getting first, because this turret continues to go lower and lower. And all right, let's see whether Sponge can make this happen. There's the Vault Breaker flash as they try and land all the buttons, and they will be able to successfully do so. Yukal hits the ulti, that's going to work out. Andal taking a fair bit of damage as LazyFeel is dead to a Q. And he presses the ultimate button just to clear out the minion wave. Oh no, yeah, we get the zoom in.
It's okay, you got a kill. The build of Yukal in this game, too, of the first Archangels, does kind of tell some of the story of how scared he is into the enemy draft.
Yeah. Okay, Raptor flashing. Sponge is really dead, guys. Super duper dead. It's going to take a little bit of time, but eventually it is going to be the hail of arrows that locks him down.
I got a little bit excited about that kill earlier and just wanted to push some additional advantages potentially, but very much overstepped the mark.
Yeah. So 3,000 turning into about 4,000 as far as the lead is concerned. Level 11 for Yukal, so has upgraded that ultimate.
The Dragon here setup for BNK is phenomenal. I was just really easy, really well set up there. Xerath burst damage is going to be really strong.
I think
Sponge actually on Krugs.
Yeah, he didn't have the information that Raptor was there.
Sponge alone, he's one of the best champs to set up a pick, is going to be able to get it done because they're significantly far behind, and some of the best pick targets you're going to have are going to be like the Elise, who may be able to repel away. Vikla should be fine.
Well,
although
Sponge is just going to dive in. That is a max range bullet time to help lock that one down. Sponge almost dies. Turret calculated, baby. That is down to 10 health.
10 health. Like so I didn't think they were going to go for it, but he does ultimately just barely do it and kill while getting away. So I'll eat my words on that one. I thought Vikla was going to be fine. Had flash too, didn't use it.
Oh, Chains of Corruption going to land as the Mega Gnar is set up here for Rich. Doesn't get a wallop or anything like that, though. And look at Diablo. He's just standing his ground. Kellen able to land a cocoon. That's beautifully done. In goes Sponge, though. Looks for the opportunity now as Rich just smashes down Raptor. This could be the turn because somehow Yukal lived. Yes, there is a Crocodile pushing on the top side, and now Kellen is going to die, but Diablo is back, and Rich was an auto attack away from dead. Clear is now going to teleport in. Can the Vault Breaker actually work out, though? That's the question, as Rich is going to be taken out. Decent knock up from Andal, but I don't know whether Sponge is making it out of this one. Does get a Vault Breaker. And he needs another one, but it's not going to work out. The Ruthless Predator. Oh, that was actually very, very cute.
It almost has flashback.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, really cute stuff, but Diablo just says no. Presses Q and he's dead.
His flash was like 1 second away. It might have been.
Yep.
And Sponge will ultimately go down. His flash is like 1 second away, but he still gets sniped.
Well, speaking of Clear, he is going to kill Rich. Diablo is going to die, though. That's going to be a big deal. Lots of money over to UCal. Honestly, that could be a turnaround, although it is still, close to a 5,000
Get a shut down, onto Diablo. I think it is good that it goes to UCal.
Yes,
he's got
I agree.
6 stacks of Dark Seal. He's got a needlessly large rod in his inventory. It's going to give him a needlessly large amount of AP, and maybe that will be what helps him get back into this game.
All right. We have Otacon on the bottom side of the map. Andal trying to make his way in. Doesn't actually get there. They do have information, but do they have access?
Narbar here for Rich is pretty big, but doesn't have flash.
Oh, actually, the Narbar control is really good. Not able to get the transformation as he makes his way in, but in goes Andal! They blow up the jungler! Sponge is in the pit! Can they kill him before it goes down? Oh my god! Otacon is secured by Diablo, of all people! And now it is elementary. They'll take down Rich as well. It was so close to being good.
With Rich having his Narbar, and they still can't win it. And now it's looking pretty doomed.
Yep, they need the wave clear to get over here. Thankfully, good old Xerath does have a lot of that, as BNK don't care about it that much because they have 6 grubs.
Yeah.
And so they can just stand there.
Vikla's really finding out, he's like, how strong is Borg right now?
Yeah. That turns out not quite as strong as maybe we once thought. There's Andal moving over. A possible little engage here on the side. Cease and desist coming on in. As UCal going to be able to offer the damage. And there it is. Just rains down a bunch of arcane stuff on the Crocodile. And they'll sacrifice Inner Turret and Inhibitor Turret for it. And it's not worth. Vikla throws an ultimate to Narnia, but that's where it can go. It doesn't really matter too much. He's going to be sent home once again. LazyField almost dead. And every kill the BNK gets is a big deal. Diablo will go down. I don't think Raptor's getting too much more here, as there are 4 bad guys around him. And LazyField is just dead. My god, man. Because remember, it's 100 gold and some blood petals or something if they go down, but the kills on
Ocean Soul here is all but assured, though, for BNK. They have so much vision control here, and they're just not giving up the prio. Sponge going in.
Yep, looking for Diablo. They will be able to get on top of him. Will they be able to get the kill? That's the question. Okay, Vault Breaker's going to do it. Kellen is extremely low. The bullet time says goodnight, and Kellen's just going to die. A DRX doing it? My god, the Gnar onto 2, the knockup from Andal. They are selecting their targets, and they are executing. And there is only one that's dead. They sacrifice only LazyField, and they will kill Clear here as they all chase after him. Sponge diving forward, and BNK, what kind of a lead is enough for you to win a series?
I know, it's the question I think we're all going to be asking. Even if they bring us to 3 in this one, the coaching staff is up.
It was like
now,
7K.
And I mean, now they're still down 5,000 gold. And all it takes is the right setup, all it takes is the right target selection.
Well, Raptor going to get the knockup onto Sponge here as he ceases and desists. That's Clear diving into the backline. Emperor's Divide is going to pick off LazyField, and this time BNK are actually going to find the team fight that they're looking for. Triple kill from Diablo, and that's what happens if you don't kill him in a second.
Nice attempt there.
The Arcano pulses are really hurt.
They really do. Nice attempt from Andal to try to set up the bullet time there. Had a really nice angle for his ultimate, but they're just still so far behind. TP here from Vikla will seal the deal. It looks like we're going to 3.
Yeah, looks like it. As Clear is going to push UCal away. First Nexus turret will go down. And in pure BNK fashion, they are making sure they go the distance in the series. As Kellen well and truly dead as that Arcana Pulse lands.
You can't have Braum go anywhere but support. That's guaranteed.
Yeah, that one was confirmed.
It's
not funnel meta.
looking
Real good so far. Sponge is going to be spotted on this ward, but is that going to be enough to actually save Diablo and Kellen here? Diablo with that burst fire does show Sponge that they know where he is. It's okay. Will the Qs land? What are we going to get as they immediately get rid of Kellen? That's a real comfortable one, and they actually drop the aggro so quickly. Oh no, now it is just Zeri by herself, but Raptor is coming up. Vikla is there as well. The Lee Sin's in mid, and Andal is most likely dead. LazyField going to give up the Ghost, so it's a 1-for-1 in the end, as Sponge will find himself a bowling ball, but remember, Vikla is still here. So a dangerous maneuver. Still, you just walk so much faster than your opponent.
Yeah.
Your Lilia.
A lot of CS lost for Vikla under the turret here, but I don't think he minds too much with how this transpired with the kill being picked up for Diablo. It's not a Zeri moment. You know, I'm not going to certify, but I will pull the pen out because I'm getting a little bit concerned. But
yeah,
this we do show this.
DRX.
Yeah,
as Sponge just walks up, avoids the prowling projectile, which hasn't really been hitting so much here as Raptor puts the dragon at 1 health and then just swings his flail around. That is plates going over though.
Let's just keep Diablo at bay here, try to take away as much farm as possible, but not going to end up committing any further as Raptor is coming.
Yeah, immediate cleanse. It's really, really nice. In comes Clear though as Andil. Not going to be able to stand beside LazyFeel early enough, I don't think, as there's the flash forward. Diablo explodes and takes down the Ashes. There's the bowling ball. And we're getting a bit tired. Watch out, Eep is not even necessary as Sponge is running at Mark 10, looking for Clear and for Kellen. Winter's Bite will connect beautifully, and there's the spin. It's going to be a triple most likely, as UCal, I think, is going to be gifted this one. Walks over, just needs a Tempest, does have to flash, as it was a lot of wandering here for the Lee Sin, but now he's online as well.
Okay.
Team sort of rallies around him. Yeah, I can feel that.
Except UCal has like a pretty good champion pool, especially in this meta. But anyway, he played Lee Sin.
He's playing this on purpose. We know that. And now Andil's going to miss the Winter's Bite. They do find the ulti as LazyFeel is very dead. But can they get the rest of them out of there? That's the question. It's a double kill. That's a 4-1 Zeri.
Zeri moment.
We might be certifying it, Wolf.
I 100% am. 4 kills now. I mean, that's a gold lead you can really feel.
Yep, Sponge is going to be able to walk out with at least one of these, so not going to be giving away a feat of strength, but still, this is dangerous. Oh god, that equalizer placement pretty nice. Is now Clear trying to dance around. Rich finding some angles here as Vikla is almost dead, but he is not the main character. Arrow going to connect onto Raptor. And UCal going to be able to follow that one up really nicely. Sponge coming in, doesn't land the bowling ball, but it doesn't matter. He's going to spin around on top of the Piggy and take down Bristle.
She's very squishy, she's very easy to pick, so if she's just blown up before a team fight happens, that could be huge, but Clear is the one who's in danger first.
Yep, there's the kick, there's the watch out Eep there as well, but Clear is going to survive with the help of Kellen. Vikla able to take down a big shutdown on this Lilia. And I feel like UCal isn't quite getting the value that he's looking for, and now he's taking the turret when he really doesn't want to. Extender beam coming on in there as DRX, they're not going to be distracted. They want to kill the Corki, and they will be able to do so, as Raptor going to be able to grab the second dragon here at the same time to, use all of that mobility, right? Because there's so much AoE on DRX, and if they do get her in range, then she dies very, very quickly. Just have to see whether UCal can execute it.
Yeah, the party, though, is Diablo. He does have his runins, but he needs to get here very, very fast.
Yep. Just went back and got that Hurricane as Clear is on a really long flank. I just don't know whether he's going to even possibly get here in time. Yeah, they're just going to trade for the turret. Raptor was thinking about a possible steal opportunity, and they're not even going to be able to get any
Talking about these two players specifically because they hold so much power.
Oh, yeah. Oh, UCal looking for an opportunity here. Clear. That is not the face check you wanted. Not able to get to the wall in time, and that is just a barbecued Aurora. LazyFeel now fighting Vikla, and he's got Andil there in front of him. The door makes the Corki completely worthless, and they just get away with that pick on the top laner. 30 seconds until Clear can teleport back into a potential fight.
Now, I mean, Diablo's really doing a great job of zoning LazyFeel out. He's at half health, so DRX, check that Tribe Rush anyways. Your AD carry is miles away, and this fight is so important. Everything else was so well set up, trying to come in and set up for this fight. Just like the last one, they were very late. Remember, they had the 2-item spike for Diablo, but he's not able to get the dragon fight in time. This time, Clear's very carefully just maintain vision control. The Zeri is scaling, which is a problem, but don't overthink.
Oh, God. Oh, no, not again, not again, not again. Oh, okay, well, he is going to be able to ult onto the wall, but the bowling ball in position. The arrow has to be flashed. This time he'll press the button. But man, that position from LazyFeel to throw that arrow
down and win a 5v4 fight. I think that's the best way for DRX to play the long late game here. Just play around vision. Don't overextend. Look for picks instead. And that's kind of what they're doing here so far.
Well, UCal going to get a kick onto Vikla here. Closes the gap. Vikla just sort of standing his ground as UCal may need some help. There is going to be a flash out from Vikla. He thinks that he'll be able to survive, but the answer is no. And Clear, That's not the teleport you wanted to go for, my friend.
Close,
that was not it.
Not even close. Unfortunately, Clear is really choking in this one, and that's Otacon, I think. That's just it. I mean,
God.
0 for 3 on this one, unfortunately. Clear in huge moments, and they're going to give a teleport to come through to reinforce this. I mean, Diablo alone, I don't think can get this done in this fight.
Yeah, Bowling Ball moving over towards the Baron here as the door is given to Diablo. Fair bit of value, knock up onto Raptor as Lazy Feel is just throwing as many arrows into him as possible, even the big one as Yukao gets stunned up for quite some time. And they're just buying time, right? Now Otacon is in, and now they're not really too worried about dying. Yukao with Flash available, but still needs to wait a little while for that Dragon Rage kick to be up and available.
DRX are playing this game out so well. There's a Zeri that's such the teleport is so late. Like, he's guaranteed dead by the time you're there. Look at the mid lane. The AD carry, your AD carry and your jungler are not even close to this location, so you're just teleporting into your death, unfortunately, in this situation. Yeah. It was just not the right call.
Even without the teleport to come in from Rich at the same time, it would have been pretty doomed, as there's a kick. And Diablo is able to get himself out of the way. Arrow going to sail by majestically as well. Lazy Feel looking for the opportunity as Vikla will finally turn up. What?
That's a lot of big...
That's a lot of burnness.
There, I guess. Anyway, that's going to be sole point here for DRX. 3 Infernal Dragons in a row for this insanely fed Lilia.
That is so much damage.
Like, click on her and let me see that AP.
Yeah, that's it's becoming a very large release. Lazy Feel gets over there for the DPS, and they're chasing Rich for some reason. As the arrow is going to sail down, nails the jungler, and the Baron just goes down. And he was nowhere near, but still managed to hit him with the arrow, which is kind of cute. It's like you're doing your homework when you don't even really need to. As the knock-up on Vikla comes in. They're looking for a little bit more, though. Final chapter does come down. There's the equalizer trying to split up this fight. My God, the amount of damage is absurd. And the last little bit to come on through there as Sponge goes golden. Sleep. There's some sleeps as, oh no, this is Lilia's territory now. And Yukao, he'll come on over. And yes, Diablo is pretty strong, but now he has no health and not a lot of opportunities. As Blastcone will be able to help him. Oh dear. Sponge runs a little bit quicker here than Diablo. And should be able to chaperone him to wherever he wants to go. It is still hard for him to get in range, especially without that Q being stacked up.
Diablo
Let's see.
Flash and the shield from the Yuumi.
Yeah, he's actually on the Gromp just to make sure that he can run as quickly as possible.
Hey, look at those little infernal shards on the ground. Speed them out of there. He lives. That's the end of the good news.
Yeah, because that has also bought enough time for Rich to take down an inhibitor turret on this top side of the map. He'll be able to take the inhib as well, as Raptor not going to be able to defend that, especially with the Baron.
This is going to be a really tough series to recover from for BNK.
Oh yeah, Arrow going to connect onto Diablo as Raptor has that flank angle. Final chapter connecting. As, all right, will they be able to survive? They take down both the jungler and the AD carry. Vikla manages to get a little bit of redemption for Corki, but it's not going to put a W in that column, unfortunately. It is 0 and 12 territory we're heading to as Rich shows them the flamethrower, shows them the scrappy shield, and then just destroys cats and dogs next to the base. DRX going to be able to take down the inhibitor turret in the mid lane. They'll take the inhib as well, and I don't think we're going to get to an Infernal Soul because I don't know whether the Nexus will last long enough for that one to be relevant.
I don't think so. Tragic end really here to BFX. BNK here in what was a very winnable series, but ultimately they fell too short here.
We know they have it in them. That's the biggest issue, right?
I know.
Equalizer making sure they're all slowed up. They're never going to get over to this Nexus, and DRX will dispatch of BNK. The Corki win rate stays exactly